You are listening to Local Color live at the Mill Room, the premier event. We'd like to thank Lenore Rhine Center for Graduate Studies for their sponsorship, Solomon Mines Recording Studio for providing the audio for this evening, and First at Bat Productions for providing the video. This evening's guest, David Earl, and he's accompanied by Matt Lane. Welcome.
Thank you.
What are y'all going to start us off with tonight?
This one's called Catch a Thrill. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Well, you could stay home and sleep, you could wake up and weep, or just head on out to where your dreams meet the street. Most all paying dues, a little bit bruised and confused. Really ain't no black and white, just 1,000 shades of blue, but it could be so much worse. Heard you singing, we're cursing, have your early funeral. I won't drive the hearse. Oh, my friend, do I want to budge? You know you can't dance, carrying a grudge. Gotta catch a thrill before you're gone. We never could sit still for too long, for too long. Well, tell the magistrate I couldn't sit and wait. I put the check in the mail, I know it's already late, but I got to get it on. Maybe right, maybe wrong. When it's time to face the music, I'll be singing along. For my time come, gonna have me some fun. I know I ain't the boss, was born to run. Sometimes I gotta sit back and laugh, all the things we let bust us in half. Gotta catch a thrill before you're gone. We never could sit still for too long. Gotta catch a thrill before you're gone. We never could sit still for too long. Gotta catch a thrill. Gotta catch a thrill. Gotta catch a thrill before you're gone. Gotta catch a thrill before you're gone. Thank you.
You've been listening to music from David Earl for tonight's Local Color live at the Mill Room. Thank all of y'all for being here this evening. Give it up for yourselves. Woo-hoo. So, David, talk a little bit. That's a new song, right?
Newish. Yes, it's a new song.
And it seems like it's been infused with your gospel background that has kind of been with you the whole time, that at least that I've known you. Where does that gospel thing come from?
That's actually a great question, because I really have no idea. I think at some point I got into Alan Lomax, but as a child, I remember on Sunday morning, like my mom
making us go to church and getting us out of bed, and all of us kids, I'm the youngest of 4, and I remember dragging my feet as much as I could, doing everything possible to make us late for church because I didn't want to go, you know. And I remember then we'd get to church, we sit down on the church pews, and they're so hard and uncomfortable, and I'm just like, God. And then the preacher would start talking. In the church we went to, it was a Christian church, but I found it real boring, you know, as a 7 or 8. I was not really interested, but I remember, you know, in every service there was a time when he'd say, now turn to your hymnals, and we're going to sing. And I remember getting really excited, like, okay.
Now, if that would have been an Asheville church, they'd have said, turn to your neighbor, give him a hug.
Well, man, I didn't grow up in Asheville, unfortunately. I grew up in Indianapolis, and you know, but anyway, I remember getting real excited about the upcoming song that we were going to sing, you know, and in my young mind, here we are, we're all gathered on Sunday morning, and we're about to sing the songs of God. I'm like, I love music. We're about to sing about God, and this is going to be amazing. If it's the God song, they must be the best songs, right? I mean, they got to be. And then so they would start the organ, and then everybody would start singing, and I was like, it's going to be so good. And everybody at the church I went to was like singing into their shoulder, like mumbling the words. You can't hear anybody. There's nothing distinct. And I'm like, I remember thinking, you know, this is a bunch of crap. Like this can't be the songs of God. And I like, there's something wrong. And intuitively, I was like, if this is what it's all about, this is the big to-do, then I think there's a better to-do somewhere else, you know. And anyway, but somewhere along the way, I got into Alan Lomax, who's the guy one of the earliest collectors of folk songs in American history, and he went around the South and around the world, and you know, recorded chain gangs and gospel quartets and choirs and shape note singers and all that, and just that raw stuff that recorded music. Up till then, you had to be like classically trained, and you had to be real, you know, there was some kind of, it had to be official. And Alan Lomax decided that there was something worthwhile in what just the regular people were out singing, and he collected all that, and I'm so glad he did. It really changed my trajectory. I was like a classic rock kid pretty much up until then, and I discovered that old stuff and started singing it with friends, and then the next thing I knew, I was playing it on stage. So.
And good that Alan Lomax did that and paved that road. It sounds like you and a lot of other people that came of age at certain times, well, baby boomers and beyond, really, that have been able to find those old recordings have, taken some gifts from them. So talk a little bit about, you've got Matt here on stage with you tonight. There's a new band project that's going to be happening, or already is currently happening. What's that?
Yeah, we have basic tracks. We went into the Eagle Room, which is in Weaverville, and that's Matt Williams' studio. And Matt Williams is a cat who plays with Tiny Boxes as one of his bands. And he also plays with Caro Mia, who's another great singer. She's amazing. And Matt's kind of a gear nerd and a lifetime multi-instrumentalist, and also really cool dude. And he's got this very small studio that is meticulously arranged. Like, it's really obvious that Matt's a little OCD, and that he's using it to his advantage. And so anyway, we went in, the band, Chris Pyle on the drums, Matt on the bass, and Silas on guitar, Silas DeRocher. And we got 9 basic tracks in one day, and that seems like it was back in January. I've been really busy. I've been trying to get in there and get my guitar on it and get my vocals, and that's going to happen any day. And we're going to have a new release finally, probably about middle or end of summer. I can't wait for that. So
are these the Plowshares, or is that name reserved for another project?
That's up for debate. I don't know, honestly. Like, we call it the Plowshares now. When we play out, we're playing out under that name. And but the Plowshares began as you know, it was Ematep and I. Ematep's the drummer, the parade drummer for, he plays with Sirius B and Rising Appalachia, and the Plowshares really started out as I'm thinking of my mother now and hoping I get my grammar right, but he and I or him and I, whatever would be correct. And anyway, so sometimes I feel like like I should change the name, but you know, the name has momentum and it has people recognize it. It's a good name, and it's okay that we're not stomping out the gospel anymore. We're doing more of an original music, sort of classic rock, classic country thing, and still calling it the Plowshares for now. So
we're talking this evening with David Earl, beating plowshares into swords, as it were, tonight on WNCW's Local Color, live at the Mill Room, courtesy of Solomon Mines Recording Studio. What have you got for us next?
We should have thought ahead to what we were going to play next. That would have been a good plan, but what do you want to play, Matt? Okay. I mentioned classic country. It's kind of like the gospel. I didn't listen to country at all growing up, but one day I accidentally wrote this song. So here it is.
Son of a gun, I only stopped in for one, to wash the lonely away. When a pretty girl smiled like I ain't seen in a while, I decided to stay. Now it's closing time, must be out of my mind. Lord, leave me alone tonight. Save me tomorrow. 3 years today, she's gone to stay. Time ain't softened the stain. No pretty face will ever replace the one that wears my ring. But it's closing time. I'm about to cross that line. Lord knows it ain't easy since you've been gone. Can't make love to your memory. Can't move on. Lord, leave me alone tonight. Save me tomorrow. Been leaning into the light. Now we're dancing in the shadows. When the morning sun comes, we'll both wake up and run. Feel the loneliness echo through the hollow. son of a gun. I only stopped him for one.
Thanks, y'all. That's called Leave Me Alone Tonight, or Lord, Leave Me Alone Tonight.
And you're listening to music from David Earl and Matt Lane, accompanied by Matt Lane this evening for Local Color, live at the Mill Room. So you can't really call yourself even having strains of country in your music without having at least one drinking song. Would you agree with that statement, or?
Okay, yes.
That was easy enough. So, David, you hail from the South. You're from East Tennessee, is that right?
That's a different David. I'm from Indianapolis.
East Tennessee.
I do hail the South. I got to say, I love the South. It is a great place to be. I love Asheville, and it's my home now, that's for sure.
So you're not the guy that's from Tennessee?
Yeah, that did all that stuff? No, that was a different guy, and I hope the police catch him because he is uncool and he's doing some wrong things, but...
So truth be told, how does this thing about the South kind of weave its way through how you talk, how you carry yourself, how your music? Talk about that. If you're not truly Southern, then how did it?
Why am I such a poser? Is that the question? Well, you know, it's cool right now, and
a pretty severe case of front man's disease, but we're on it. We got this.
Well, I've been in Asheville for 20 years. And when I first came to Asheville, wow, this sounds really dumb in my head right now, but I did live out in the country. That's so ridiculous. I've been here a long time, and I don't think of that. It's not a conscious thing. If I have a Southern accent, it's totally by accident. So that's a tough question. I really do feel like life here is really rich, and especially in Asheville, community is a word that gets thrown around a lot, you know, and it's just easy to feel at home here. And when I first got here, like it was my first exposure to bluegrass, and you know, it's hard not to smile when you hear a banjo and when you hear bluegrass. And so I really can't say, like, it hasn't been a conscious effort to take on some kind of persona or thing. Like I said about that song, when I wrote that song, I was like, that is the most cliche song that I have ever written. And I actually, you know, thanks to the internet these days, I went to the internet and I looked up every single line. I was like, this song has been written already 10,000 times, I'm pretty sure. And I felt a little better when no results were really yielded about that. I was like, well, maybe I'm just saying the same thing in a new way, and that's okay with me. But that your description of me is a little bit of a revelation to me, so I'm going to have to get back to you on that, Laura. Actually, I'm going to have to think about that for a week or two.
You touched on something about your songwriting process. Can you elaborate how you actually sit down and what your thought processes are for actually beginning the writing of the tune?
Well, I'm sort of I'm an equal opportunity songwriter. Any kind of lead, any kind of inspiration I get, I will take it and I will milk it as much as I can. I don't have one particular thing that works. Like, I've heard songs on the radio and I'm like, did I hear that right? Was that line right? And then I go and maybe look up the song and I'm like, no, they're actually saying something else, so that's my line now, the one I heard in my head, you know. Or people say something cool to me in conversation and I'm ticking off in my brain, I'm like, that's going in a song. The best, I think, though, is to just sometimes to just sit down and let let oneself get out of the way and sort of, play a couple chords and sing some gibberish, and just kind of let it flow, not try to think about it at all, but just let whatever is going to come out, can be really revealing and really rewarding too, because, then I'm going to maybe write a line that's totally unpredictable and out of character, but also that I think, on reflection, when I get in that moment where I'm going to reflect, I guess, and edit or whatever, I'm going to be like, wow, that's super cool. And I think I went through a Tom Waits period, which, I still love Tom Waits, of course, but I think that sort of inspired me to do that in a way. It was like, what if I just start saying whatever I start saying? What could happen? It might be great. Maybe I should do it by myself first in case it's really weird. But so anyway, I think the answer is there's no one way. And like when I decided, I want to be a songwriter, and I don't want to just be a songwriter in my brain. I don't want to just like think, oh, it would be neat to write songs. I'm like, no, I'm actually going to write them now. I was like, well, I will beg, borrow, cheat, lie, steal, make things up, have divine inspiration. I don't care. Like, I'll take it where I can get it, And so if it's written on the bathroom wall and it's I might mark it out and put DT was here, this one's mine, y'all move on to the next one. I'll take it where I can get it, I think is the answer.
Spoken like a true troubadour. Oh, the only thing that was missing, again, there's another one of those Southern threads, is Scarlett O'Hara, like, in the middle of her garden holding up a carrot. Like, I'll beg, borrow, lie. But yes, like a true songwriter, yes, stealing things, inspiration, from whence it comes.
Yes.
We're talking this evening with David Earl. He is here with Matt Lane. They've got a forthcoming album. Any idea when that album's going to hit the shelves or the streets?
Sometime this year for sure, hopefully summertime. The tentative title is Born to Bring It. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to hearing more. Can we get to another tune? Sure,
let's play Born to Bring It. Let's play the possible title track.
I said, baby, we were born to bring it. That's just what we'll do. If you like it, mama, I'm gonna bring it on home to you. I have been cheating death since my first breath. I ain't even begun. Well, nothing to lose but these poor boy blues. Gonna take it to the limit. Take it to the limit. Gonna take it to the limit. Take it to the limit. Gonna take it to the limit. We'll take it to the limit. Are we gonna take it to the limit and then some? You wanna saddle on up to beat so handsome, as if the music's holding your ass for ransom. And you don't wanna get away, Lord, you just wanna swing and sway forever. Earth is the church, man, sky the steeple, and music the magic to unify the people. Well, melody, harmony, the perfect key. The door is swinging wide, wide, wide. And baby, we were born to bring it. That's just what we'll do. If you like it, mama, I'm gonna bring it on home to you. I have been cheating death since my first breath. I ain't even begun. Nothing to lose but these poor boy blues. Gonna take it to the limit. We'll take it to the limit. Gonna take it to the gonna take it to the limit.
Take it to the limit.
Are we gonna take it to the limit and then some? Gonna keep on rocking till we see the light, Lord. We see the light. I said, we see the light. Are we gonna keep on rocking if it takes all night? It takes all night. It takes all night. Are we gonna keep on rocking till we see the light? We see the light. I say we see the light. Lord, we gonna keep on rocking if it takes all night. It takes all night. It takes all night. I said, baby, we were born to bring it. That's just what we'll do. If you like it, mama, I'm gonna bring it on home to you. I have been cheating death since my first breath. I ain't even begun, nothing to lose but these poor boy blues. Gonna take it to the limit.
We'll take it to the limit.
Are we gonna take it to the limit? Take it to the limit.
Take it to the limit.
Say we gonna take it to the limit and then some.
Nothing like telling us how you really feel in song from Mr. David Earl and Matt Lane this evening, a fine call and response number. So talk about this visions of versatility, this enigmatic thing that's been going around on the internet. Is this a project you're a part of? Is this the same band that you're doing over at Matt Williams' place?
No, actually, it's vibrations of versatility, and it's I met this cat. I did a songwriter thing, last minute songwriter thing at the White Horse in Black Mountain, and had the good fortune to meet Lenny Pettinelli, amazing piano player, and he also he records and he's a producer, and anyway, we struck it off, and we're working on an EP, which is not the same as the vibrations of versatility, but he and I, besides the Born to Bring It record, that's David Earl and the Plowshares, and then I've also got a solo EP I'm working on, and with Lenny. And besides that, Lenny is doing the Vibrations of Versatility thing, which Lenny set a goal to release basically one record worth of material a month in 2014, and he told me that, and I was like, "You're crazy, dude." And
It's a noble goal, nonetheless.
yeah, no doubt. And his vision is to work with really as many people as he can, and in as many genres of music. That might be a little broader than the actual vision, but anyway, they had a first quarter 3 CD release here at the Mill Room just a month or two ago, and so far he's keeping up his pace, and he's done. He worked with the Cats. Well, he made sort of a hip hop record and a couple more, and now he's doing like 3 at a time. It seems like every season he's releasing one, and anyway, he's doing a singer-songwriter one, and I hope to be involved in that. Sounds like we're going to work something out, and by the end of the year, there's going to be a massive music community effort. Isn't the Empire Strikes Brass are playing after us, and didn't you guys play, right? Am I right? You guys were, yes? One person thinks they were. The other 1,572 people who are in here tonight aren't sure. But anyway.
Crowd numbers will be revealed by Mr. David Earl at the end of the evening. So you were talking about how busy you are. I wanted to ask you, too, I don't know if everyone in here knows that you are a pretty successful visual artist as well, doing metal work. When you are thinking about playing music versus doing something visual, do the two inform each other, or are they just completely separate parts of your brain?
It's interesting. That's a good question. I think that they are sort of born separately, but the metal work that I do that is most fine art, like I do commercial work, I build signs and gates and railings, and you can see all that at dynamicmetalwork.com. You can also see my fine art there, but the fine art part of that original vision was textile quilts, which are of these mountains. So I started really just copying the kinds of quilts from back in the day that people still make around here, but that's a very traditional thing. And so I thought of it as separate, but it really actually it does kind of go along with that Alan Lomax thing. It's very historical, very traditional, and
folk art for sure.
Yeah, right. And so it actually was my buddy Oso Ray who made the poster for the show tonight. The really cool poster. I was going to say, but anyway, it's a great poster. But he pointed out the correlation to me. I had never made it, and so anyway, I'm not sure if it's accidental or if I'm really deep inside just an old-timey guy. I'm not sure what the deal is, but they are really similar, and but I try not to stay in a box. I want to try different things.
A new age old-timey guy.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. Yep.
We're talking this evening with David Earl. He is here accompanied with Matt.
Been up long after dark to cultivate the spark, sifting through the ash for what's left of your treasure. I've been underneath the stars, wondering where you are, searching for the path where the dove dropped the feather. skeletons of corn where we kept each other warm while your ma tried to call us home for dinner. I've been all along the ridge, slipped underneath the bridge, built a fire to hold us through the winter. I'll be with you when the morning comes. 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 I'll be counting each breath till I'm holding you next to me. I'll be with you when the morning comes. 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 I'll be counting each breath till I'm holding you next to me.
Thanks, y'all, so much.
You've been listening to music from David Earl, accompanied by Matt Lane this evening for Local Color Live at the Mill Room, courtesy of Solomon Mines. Thank y'all so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.